Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998, as demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism, created in 1998. She's interviewed in Harlem after her show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober. Finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. She's been on my show twice.
Yep.
Me and Unique.
Yep.
Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back.
Thank you, Heather.
And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark skin activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark skinned people, and called herself the dark skin activist. Rashida created the phrases dark skin activist and dark skin activism. Rashida also coined the word darkism. She's the first person in recorded history to create a movement for dark skin. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998. She's written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, giving darkism lectures and performances of her play. For bookings, go to darkskinactivist.com. Books include A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet, the first motivational book for dark-skinned females, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, the book and the play version, and Token Dark Girl, which is available now at darkskinactivist.com. The 20-year legacy of the dark-skinned activist continues. For more information on Rashida Strober's 20-plus years as the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, go to darkskinactivist.com. Donate, share, and subscribe. What's going on, y'all? What's up? Y'all know who it is. What's going on? What's going on? And I know y'all like, what is going on here? Well, I am doing my hair. As you guys can see, I do my own hair. And I just decided to come on here and kind of share with you guys while I'm doing my hair. So yeah, this is all my loose natural. A lot of y'all that watch me, y'all see me with my hair in twist all the time. And today happens to be one of the days that I'm sitting here twisting my hair down. And it kind of got me to thinking about some things about natural hair that I kind of wanted to just come on here and chit chat with you guys and share with you guys about my natural hair journey. And then I want to talk about some stuff about Sisterlocks. And I also want to talk about, y'all know I talk about these bitches, I'm gonna call them bitches, plagiarizing the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And as I sat here and I started to think, it's some parallels between, you know, this plagiarism of dark-skinned activism and the Sisterlocks. I'm gonna talk about Sisterlocks today. I got my mind on Sisterlocks here because I'm actually thinking about, I gotta just comb out my hair. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me because I'm sitting up here in the middle of doing my hair. I'll just let y'all see my hair. I gotta get this part done because I got somewhere I gotta be. I gotta leave here at 11 o'clock. But this is my hair. I've been wearing my hair natural, and that right there is coconut oil. I always put coconut oil in the front because sometimes I have issues with my edges. So I love to put my coconut oil in my hair. But so yeah, I've been wearing my hair natural since 1996, y'all. I know y'all like, what? Yes, that's a long time. I know. I've been wearing my hair natural. I know we got we got YouTube now where people's coming on talking about, natural hair and this, that, and the third. But, and I'm not the best, twister, because I guess that's what you want to call these twists. I'm not the best twister in the world, but it works for me because I like to do my own hair. I don't really like to pay to go into a salon and whatnot. So I'm just sitting up here twisting. But I've been wearing my hair natural since '96. And coming up, I used to wear my hair in a perm, right? First, I used to wear my hair because my mama, of course, you growing up, your mama be doing your hair and stuff. So my mama used to straighten my hair, and she did not use a flat iron. Now we use flat irons and all this kind of stuff. But back then, my mom, I was a kid in the 80s and a teenager in the 90s. So my mom would use a straightening comb, a hot comb. We call it straightening comb, hot comb. Put it on the stove, and she would straighten my hair. So I would wear my hair, straight whenever she straightened it. And then when I got to be in my teenage years, like in middle school, I got a perm. And so when I would say up until the time I was probably around like maybe 18, I had very long permed or straight hair. Okay. Straight hair was everything to my mama. It wasn't, really a concern of mine. It's just how my mama wanted me to wear my hair, because y'all know how it is. You impacted and influenced by your parents' choices. But then my father was in the Nation of Islam, right? And he was the real Black conscious. I see all these fake people on the internet right now. I really can't respect a lot of y'all, because see, I know what the real deal consciousness is, not just on YouTube. I've actually been around these people, and like I said, the Nation of Islam, the Uhuru movement, shout out to all these movements. I've actually been there on the ground watching these people and seeing how they move. And so I was heavily impacted by my father and his teachings about, just being conscious and being in the movement and being around all of that. I decided when I was 18 to cut off my perm. I had all this long perm hair on my head, and I decided to cut off my perm. And this was like around in the late 90s. And you had conscious people. I think Lauryn Hill was probably the biggest influence. And any Black woman, the dark skin, light skin for that matter, if you say that you wasn't influenced by Lauryn Hill's natural beauty, then you're not being honest, because it is what it is. I was influenced by her, but I was also influenced by just the real Black consciousness of having a father who was actually a part of a Black conscious movement, the Nation of Islam, for 30 plus years. And so I grew up seeing, depictions on my father's side. Now, my mama was, on the other hand, she was with that perm hair, and she didn't like nappy hair. And she used to talk about the kitchen in the back. Y'all see all my nappy ponytail back there I got to do. She would talk about the kitchen in the back and all this kind of stuff. But my father embraced Blackness in all of its, in all of its attributes. So after all of that influence, I ended up cutting off my perm hair around maybe 96, 97. I don't know. I can't remember the exact, but somewhere in the late 90s, I cut off all my hair and grew it out natural. So I've been natural for a long time. Like YouTube naturals, y'all ain't teaching me the game at all. But I'm happy that there are people on YouTube that are coming on here talking about hair. But I'm just giving y'all the backstory that I have been a natural woman for years. So in the course of, and I remember when I cut my hair, but there's this beautician that used to do my hair, Sister Anderson is what we used to call her, because she was the mother of a church, and may she rest in peace, a beautiful, lovely Black woman. She was so wonderful. And I remember when I got into my teenage years, I would have to like sweep up her shop and do little things around the shop. And I always used to love being around her because she was so charismatic, and she always used to smile, and she was just such a nice woman, and she was so nice to me. And she would do my hair and maintain it, but I had to, because my mama couldn't afford to pay for it no more. And she was like, "You gonna have to do something to maintain this hair." So I remember I would go to Sister Anderson's shop, and I would sweep up the hair and do little chores around the shop in order to get my hair done, the paper to get my hair done. And I'll never forget, because her and my mom was good friends outside of the shop, right? And I'll never forget, I believe I was around either 18 or 19, and they had been so used to seeing me like with long hair. I'm talking about like hair hanging down my, oh man, this is a rough one right here. Hair hanging all down my back, y'all. They had been used to seeing me like that for years because Sister Anderson was the one that had grew my hair out, right? So one day I walks up on them. I forgot where the hell I was coming from, but I come to my mama's house, and her and Sister Anderson, they sitting outside, and I got this big old afro in my head, like this huge afro, Black Power. And they looked at me like, what in the, they were so disappointed. They was like so upset, y'all. They were so upset. They were so upset. But I had become even more, my consciousness had developed even more, as I began to progress into my teenage years and young adult years. And, being around my father, Nation of Islam, Black Power, he used to have me listening to Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, all the different, because it was on tapes back then. My dad had a cassette player, and I used to listen to that stuff, and my dad used to just talk to me, and I just decided, you know what? I want to wear my hair natural. I want to embrace my own natural hair. And my mama was shocked, and my beautician was shocked, and they was like, what have you done? And I could tell that they didn't think that I was as, beautiful. They didn't say it, of course, but you could just tell that they didn't think that I was as beautiful as I was with all this long, flowy, permed hair that I used to wear. I used to have. My mama still, to this day, she got them pictures. She got pictures of me with my permed long hair all down my back. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to embrace my natural nappy. I love this. So from that point on, like I said, this was around the late 90s, I began wearing my hair natural. And I have worn everything from loose natural hair to the bigger dreadlocks, right? And I've also worn Sisterlocks. So that brings me to Sisterlocks. So I remember somewhere around 2000, I believe, 2000 it was. Of course, after wearing my hair natural for years, and just, like I said, I've worn all kinds of natural hairstyles, like, man, you name it. But I try to keep it simple. My favorite was just like the afro, either the afro or just like an afro puff and whatnot. So anyway, I ran into Sisterlocks, and I can't like exactly remember how, but I live in St. Petersburg. So there was this Sisterlock business called Anako Nappy, and made this the person that founded the business, may she rest in peace. She died. I think she died in like 2006. May she rest in peace. And I cannot remember. I remember going with her with my aunt, my aunt had Sisterlocks, and I was the person that actually installed the Sisterlocks in my aunt's hair. But I think my aunt might have introduced me. I think my aunt might have introduced me to Sisterlocks. I can't remember exactly how I got introduced to Sisterlocks, but around 2000 or so, I remember me and my aunt going to, because my aunt, she has natural hair as well. She embraced her natural hair, unlike my mother, who never did. My mama always wore, she liked the wigs and the straight hair. She never liked the natural stuff, never. And like I said, she was so disappointed when her daughter cut off all that long perm hair. My mom was like so disappointed, y'all. But anyway, me and my aunt, somehow we ended up at a Sisterlock consultation with Anako Nappy. That's what it was called. This is back in like 2000. And that's how I got introduced to the Sisterlocks brand. And when I saw the Sisterlocks, they were small and teeny tiny. And I had also saw this, and I didn't realize what they were, but as I was a member of the Uhuru movement from like 98 to about 2005. That's why I said this whole pro-Black consciousness thing online is not real to me, because I've been on the grassroots level, actually working in the community for years, for real, not coming online, talking about what I'm doing, being fake and pretending. No, before YouTube and social media, I want to make this very clear, because this is very important, because we have to respect and honor the people that who have actually done the work, not people. It's easy to come on here and talk on YouTube and pretend and say you did this and say you did that, but to actually do the work, that's a totally different ball game. So anyway, I was a member of the Uhuru movement from probably around 1999, 98 to about 2005. And I did a lot of different things, and there are all kinds of grassroots activism. I started a free tutoring program. I was the case resolution coordinator, where I would go out and pro bono, not hire, but find pro bono attorneys to represent people that have been victims of all kinds of racial injustices and that kind of thing. I would also go into schools and advocate for parents whose kids have been a victim of racism, anything to do with injustice. I was there on the front lines in the Uhuru movement, working in the movement for years, right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. In fact, shout out to the movement. Shout out to Chairman Omali Ashitela, who was very good friends with my father. They came up in the same era back in the 60s, and in that time, the Black Power, and Chairman Omali Ashitela, he went off and branched off and opened up his own movement, the Uhuru movement. So much respect to the chairman. So anyway, while I was in the Uhuru movement, I will never forget, I was very young and impressionable, and I saw this lady who turned out to be the chairman's wife. She's dark-skinned, super classy, super beautiful, and she had these little teensy-wincy, I'll never forget, teensy-wincy, tiny locks in her hair. And they were so neat, and they didn't look like regular dreadlocks. And this lady was one of the most classiest, dark-skinned women that I had ever seen in my life. She had natural hair. She dressed very nice. She drove a nice vehicle. She was the real definition of a bad, I can't even call her a beast. She's a bad goddess. And she had an indelible impression on my life. I don't even think she realizes it. But I was so young at the time, and I had never, I grew up seeing my mom with all this fake hair and weave. And here along comes this natural hair Black woman who had long, her sister locks were, I later found out that it was sister locks. They was real long, they was real neat, and they was real pretty. And like I said, she dressed really, really nice. And she was very, very classy. And turns out that she was a teacher. But she was just she just had this level of intelligence and class that was just unmatched. Dark skin, all that. I never forget it, never forget it. And I said to myself in my head, because I used to wear my hair in this big old afro and different afro puffs and all that, I was on my Black Power stuff. And I said, I want that style. I said that to myself. So I remember I would try to recreate the style. At the time, I was an undergraduate student at the St. Petersburg College, then the University of South Florida. And this was around the time after I had given birth to the science of dark skin activism in 1998 at St. Petersburg College. That's right. The world's first and only dark skin activist. It's only one. Not two, not three. It's only one. We're going to get that straight. So, and I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm not really looking at the chat boxes. As you can see, I'm sitting up here trying to finish the top of my head here, but I'm going to try to periodically take a look. So I said to myself, I'm going to try to recreate that style. And I remember I would try so hard, y'all. I got my hair in a bag over here. I would try so hard to recreate the doggone style, y'all. I was working overtime, and it would take me so long because I didn't know at the time. I did not know that they were Sisterlocks. Okay, I got all this hair over here. That's what I'm doing. I'm pulling out the hair. I didn't know that they were Sisterlocks, but later on I found out that they were Sisterlocks. And again, I cannot remember how I ended up at Anako Nappy, the place that actually did the Sisterlocks. But me and my aunt, we ended up there. And that's when I found out that they were Sisterlocks, and I went through this consultation, and it was actually a lot of fun because I had never seen that type of style done before. And so what I had decided to do years later, hey everybody that's watching, let's just read some of y'all comments. Thank you, Raydell. Hey everybody that's watching, shout out to y'all. So what I decided to do, in 2004, I decided that I was going to take the Sisterlocks course and become a consultant. Now, this is the course, because I don't want to confuse some of y'all that might know a little something about Sisterlocks. I took the course where you're taking it to become a consultant. They have courses where you could take it to just if you already have Sisterlocks and you just want to learn how to retighten your hair, and that's all you want to do, you can take that course. Y'all can go to the Sisterlocks website and you'll see all the product offerings that they have. But I actually took the course back in 2004 to become a Sisterlock consultant. Okay. And then at that time, you had to, of course, you had to take the course, and you had to do a total of 3 heads, and you had to get those heads approved by one of the higher ups within the Sisterlocks organization to get your certification. Now, that was in 2004. So I do not know how things work now. But what I could tell you is taking that Sisterlock course and learning how to do Sisterlocks, it was one of the most valuable things that I have ever done, because I always said to myself, if I ever had me a pretty little chocolate, little dark skinned little daughter, and if I ever had me a pretty little light skinned daughter, because that's possible as well, a brown skinned daughter, I'm going to put Sisterlocks in their head. We're not going to be walking around here with no perms. We're not going to be walking around here with no weaves. We're not going to be walking around here with all that stuff. We're going to have our natural, beautiful hair. And let me tell you, putting Sisterlocks in Lauren's hair was one of the best things I've ever done. I think back to, I took the course in 2004 in Detroit, Michigan. I will never forget. And I had actually had my Sisterlocks done, installed before taking the course. It's real funny. I decided to get my Sisterlocks done, and I paid at that time $650 to get my Sisterlocks installed. I'm gonna tell y'all about that too, because Lord have mercy. I'm telling y'all why I'm not wearing Sisterlocks anymore and what I'm planning on doing about it. But back in 2004, I went to the they hold classes all around the country, by the way. But back in 2004, I decided to take the Sisterlock course, and I took the Sisterlock course, and I'm so glad I did. And I learned the ins and outs of Sisterlocks. Now, a lot of what people will not say this, and I don't like this, goes back to people plagiarizing and stealing the work of the world's first dark-skinned activist. Let me preface what I'm going to say with saying this. I created, for those of you who don't know, I am the world's first dark-skinned activist. My name is Rashida Strober, because I have some new subscribers here, people that might just be watching. And I created something called dark-skinned activism because there was nobody that addressed dark skin. Nobody talked about it. And I'm talking about before this YouTube, before the internet. I'm the person that actually forced everybody else to talk about colorism, dark skin, darkism, anything to do with dark skin tone. I am the person that created that entire dialogue. People don't want to give me credit for it, but people have came to my channel and they've stolen, ripped off, plagiarized my work. They've gone to my website, they've read my books, plagiarized, stolen, ripped off my work. And some of you may be wondering, for those of you that don't know, I started dark skin activism in 1998, again, because there was nobody to talk about dark skin. Nobody did it. So I actually became the person that I wanted to see. They say that necessity is the mother of invention, and it's very true. So back in 1998, I gave birth to dark skin activism, which is the first platform in history for dark skin. And now in 2019, other Black women on YouTube have looked at my work, looked at my channel, looked at my videos, looked at my books, looked at my website, and they're currently ripping off and stealing from me constantly. This goes on. It's been going on since 2015. So fast forward from 1998 to 2009, I was the first person to create a dark skin channel, the first person to do anything surrounding dark skin colorism. I was the first person to do that. Nobody else did that. Anybody else you see talking about it, they're ripping off Rashida Strober's work. That's a fact. So I brought dark skin activism to the internet in 2009. I actually created the first internet show called The Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, named after my book about dark skin, colorism, all of that. In 2015, as a result of all the hard work that I've been doing from 98 all the way up until 2015, I had created a post on Facebook about Kendrick Lamar and the colorism and darkism with regard to his relationship choice. And that went viral to millions of people around the world, including all of Black YouTube. Currently, there's a lot of people on YouTube, Black YouTube, like I said, Black women who are plagiarizing my work right now, who have created derivative channels right now based on my work, but they weren't talking about colorism or dark skin before 2015. So in 2015, like I said, the post that I made about Kendrick Lamar on Facebook and colorism and darkism went viral to millions. It reached the Breakfast Club, making me donkey of the day. It went all over the internet. It went viral to millions. So then what happened, everybody started to say, what the hell is a dark skin activist? And people started to mock me and make fun of me for calling myself the world's first dark skin activist. And they, everybody thought it was crazy. So then about a year later, Black women on YouTube, right now to this day, any Black woman you see on YouTube talking about colorism, dark skin in any form of fashion, they are plagiarizing Rashida Strober's work. So then I made the topic popular. And like I said, the plagiarism began. First they mock you, then they copy you. First they mock you, then they copy you. And that's what happened. So the fact remains the same. None of these people are the real dark skin activists. They're frauds. They're fakes. They're not me. They didn't bring the topic of colorism to the internet. It's only one person that did that. And you're looking at the person that's sitting right here, twisting her hair. And that person is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark skin activism. And on that note, I want to quickly share with you guys that on next week, I am going to be teaching Understanding Darkism. And you can go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and you can go ahead and click the pink and it'll take you to the link for the sign up page for my course, Understanding Darkism, which is the first of its kind. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same plagiarizers are sitting here watching me, because they do it all the time, and try to copy and steal what I'm doing in regards to this course. But Understanding Darkism, this course is going to go into the history of colorism, and it's going to tell the truth about how it did not start on the internet and online with unscrupulous people lying about colorism and creating fake stories. I'm going to go into the other topics as well. But if you want to sign up for the course, all you need to do is you go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and it's going to be on the 21st. It's coming up next Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and put the information in the description box. You guys can go ahead and sign up for the course. You can also go to my website as well and get my book. I got all of my dark skin books. I highly recommend that you get my book, Darkism. You can also get my newest book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Get the books. You guys need to get all 3 of my books that are available. I've got Token Dark Girl, I've got Darkism, and I've got A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. All right. So I just gave you guys that little brief history there of how I created this new thing called dark skin activism that everybody said was crazy and stupid. But then they turned around, all these Black women online right now, and even Black men, they're ripping off my work as we speak, right? So what is my point here? How is this related to fake Sisterlocks? All right. So now, I see some people online talking about Sisterlocks, and I see some Black women online who are trying to pass off regular locks or smaller locks or micro locks as Sisterlocks. And they're disrespecting the legacy and the history of the person. There's parallels with me and dark skin activism. The same way that Black women, these are primarily Black women who have done this, have came to my channel, looked at my work, looked at my products, looked at my books, looked at everything that I have done, and stolen, ripped it off, took it back to their channels where they never talked about dark skin, but they're marketers. That's what they are. They're nothing but marketers. And they already had an inbuilt audience. And they're trying to pass off my work as their own. The same thing I see happening with Sisterlocks. And see, I can come on here and speak on this because guess what? Number one, I have taken the Sisterlocks course. I paid my hard-earned money to learn the Sisterlocks method, and I paid homage. That was my way of paying homage to Dr. Joanne Cornwell, who is the founder, the creator, the architect, the inventor, the designer, just like I'll be saying about myself in regards to dark skin activism. Dr. Joanne Cornwell is the architect and designer of Sisterlocks. And so now we have people disrespecting and plagiarizing this woman. I have to speak out on this, on YouTube. You even have some sisters that have sister locks in their head that believe that it's okay to use another tool to retighten your locks if you have sister locks, which I totally disagree with, because Dr. Joanne Cornwell patented and trademarked her brand, her Sisterlock brand. So as a part of that, there are certain things that you have to use when we're talking about Sisterlocks. Not only do you have to take the class and you have these methods of certification that you have to do, but you have to use certain tools, which you have to use the Sisterlock tool that you can only get from the Sisterlocks company. But because, you see people out here, just like with dark skin activism, they want what you have, but they're not you and they didn't create it. They go and try to create derivatives of it, like with dark skin activism. People saw Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. They're like, damn, she created the phrase dark skin activist. That's cool. I never heard that shit before. Instead of me giving her credit, I'm going to go and try to create a knockoff of this. Same thing is going on with Sisterlocks. You got Black women out here. Black women, some of y'all are so fucking disrespectful. This is why Black people, we have a hard time getting anywhere, because we see something good that another Black person has created, and instead of giving that person credit for it, paying homage to it, we try to go out and create versions of that. And that's what's going on with Sisterlocks. You got Black women on the internet who see, obviously they like Sisterlocks. Okay, you love Sisterlocks, you love how it looks, you love how neat it looks, you love everything about it, but you're mad maybe because you don't have the money. So, because Sisterlocks is expensive. Sisterlocks is expensive. I told y'all I paid $650 back in 2004 to get my Sisterlocks installed. They're expensive, and I want to get Sisterlocks again. And it's going to cost me somewhere around $1,000 because my hair is like really long. I know it looks short, but this stuff is very, very long. And I got a lot of hair on my head. But some of these people, because they cannot afford Sisterlocks, and they may be upset about that, just like some of these dark-skinned women, these light-skinned women. You're not Rashida Strober, and I know you wish you would have created dark-skin activism back in '98. I know you wish you would have been the first person to create a platform or a movement for dark skin, but you wasn't. So what you try to do, because you can never go back and recreate and do what I've done, you go and you create knockoffs. It's not the real thing, it's fake. Same thing with Sisterlocks. These women, these unscrupulous women, they're out here, and some of them have even taken the Sisterlock course, and they still have not installed Sisterlocks correctly in a person's head. They've taken the person's money and they still have not installed the Sisterlocks correctly based on the brand. It is so disrespectful. I remember I saw this one woman, I cannot remember her name, but she was talking trash about Sisterlocks, and I could tell that she really wished she had Sisterlocks. And she called her locks something else. And I saw her locks, and she was like, telling people, her followers or whatever, I can make these locks myself. You don't have to worry about paying for, they charging all this money and da 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 da. We could do this ourselves. And she went and she tried to create a knockoff version, which was absolutely fucking horrendous. Okay, I wish I could remember this lady's name. But I saw her locks, and being that I've taken the class and I put Sisterlocks in people's head. I put Sisterlocks or installed. That's what we say, installed, put it in however you want to say it. But most people will say installed. I've installed Sisterlocks in my own daughter's head. I know how they are supposed to look. And I respect Dr. Joanne Cornwell, the creator and founder of the brand. They have very strict guidelines in terms of what you're supposed to do and how it's supposed to look. But this woman, because she was so upset for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm thinking it's because, it's either she couldn't afford it or she got some type of beef. I don't know what it was. But she was just like, I'm going to go off on my own and I'm going to go create these fake Sisterlocks. And let me tell you something. The Sisterlocks that she created, I'm sorry, forgive me, they're not Sisterlocks. They are not Sisterlocks. I said the wrong thing there. Forgive me. The fake Sisterlocks, because that's what they were, that she created, looked absolutely horrendous. Anybody that has Sisterlocks or that has been around a real sisterloctician and they saw this woman's hair, they would know that no boo. This woman even went as far to, she has this tool that she was using. And again, when you take the Sisterlocks course, they tell you flat out, you know, you have to use a specific tool as a part of creating authentic Sisterlocks. And, you know, I personally, I could look at the hair and I could tell because I have the tool. Obviously, I have the tool because I took the Sisterlock course. Get my drink in. This is carrot juice, by the way, y'all. I have the tool. You can only get the tool if you take the course. You're not going to get the tool any other way. You're not going to be able to go into a beauty supply store and buy the tool. So what these people are doing, because they want Sisterlocks so bad and they don't want to do it the right way, they don't want to give respect and homage to other Black women. They're jealous and they're haters, just like with dark skin activism. Other Black women on YouTube, instead of them saying, I got the idea to talk about colorism from Rashida Strober. She's the person that introduced me to the whole thing. I've read her book. I've looked at her YouTube videos. I went to her website. They won't do that. They'll go and try to rip you off and create a derivative. This is what these simple-minded bitches is doing with Sisterlocks. I'm telling you, if y'all don't believe me, go Google it. You'll see people, you'll see Black women doing this. Black women, and you know, Dr. Joanne Cornwell is a gracious woman. I have not seen her. I don't know what she does behind the scenes legally to handle these folks. I can't speak for her on that, but I do know she's very gracious from what I have seen. I have a lot of respect for her. I believe she's a professor. And I think San Diego, I think y'all could go and look her up and do y'all research on her. Dr. Joanne Cornwell is her name. You know, instead of these women saying, you know what, I'm gonna respect Dr. Joanne Cornwell by not infringing on her brand, by not trying to pass off my type of locks as Sisterlocks, or by not saying, well, since, you know, you can't afford Sisterlocks, or I'm angry that I can't afford Sisterlocks and I got some angry bandwagon jumpers, we're going to go and create knockoff versions of what this sister has worked hard to create. And, you know, it's really a bad reflection because Sisterlocks are beautiful. The artistry of them, again, coming from a person that has actually taken the Sisterlock class to become a consultant, coming from a person that has installed Sisterlocks in people's head, coming from a person, I wore Sisterlocks for about 8 years myself. I'm sorry, 6 years. So I know what Sisterlocks looks like. It's very beautiful. So for these Black women to come and try to shit on the Sisterlocks brand is very disrespectful with these fake locks. Don't try to pass it off as if it's Sisterlocks, because it's not, because you're going to have people out here like me that know what Sisterlocks are, that know how Sisterlocks are supposed to look. You're going to have people like me that are going to be able to tell the real from the fake. You're not going to be able to pass off the fake stuff, just like with dark skin activism. Same thing. You got people out here that know that Rashida Strober is the real creator of dark skin activism, that know that Rashida Strober is the person that brought the entire topic of colorism to the internet, and that other Black women are thieves online. They know that. So you're always going to have people that are going to be able to differentiate the frauds from what is real. Okay, so that's the same thing that's going on with these fake Sisterlocks. I mean, it's just absolutely terrible. And if I was Dr. Joanne Cornwell, I know her money is probably longer than mine, I would sue. I watched the video today, which actually prompted me to make this live, you know, about a young lady who thought she had Sisterlocks in her hair, but she went to someone else to learn how to retighten her hair, and she went to a real sister lock. Like I just told you, you're gonna run into people that are gonna be able to differentiate between the fakes, and what is real. And when this young lady went to a consultant that was a real sister lock consultant, the real deal, not the fake stuff. Okay, just like right now, y'all watching the real dark skinned activist, the real creator of the entire colorism conversation. It ain't none of you other bitches. It will never be your baby Rashidas, period, point blank. And you're not even doing a good job. You're bad babies. You're not good babies. You ain't learned well. Anyway, this young lady, she found out that she did not even have sister locks. And it's just sad because you have people that, again, are unscrupulously online, even as well as offline, misrepresenting what real sister locks are. And it's just sad because I believe the young lady paid this person $700 to install her sister locks. $700. I paid $650. And I'm gonna answer somebody's question. Let's see, Justa Being Fun, you said, why did you stop wearing sister locks? Well, I cut my sister locks off in 2010 because, and this is another problem that I see with some sister lock consultants, but this lady actually did my hair in the proper sister lock install. But what she didn't do, I wanted micro sister locks. And sister locks has like several different sizes, and the sizes do define whether or not they are sister locks, as well as different locking patterns and other things that I'm not going to discuss, because as a part of the sister lock family, having taken the class, is certain things that we are not supposed to be discussing. But you can always take the class, go to their website, and you can always take the class, learn how to do sister locks. But anyway, I wanted my hair to be micro sister locks, which is like the smallest version of sister locks. And I got a lot of hair on my head. And I think what happened is this lady that was doing my hair, I ain't gonna say her name, but I will never go back to her again. I think she probably got tired because I had so much hair on my head, and she started to do my locks. And see, one thing about sister locks, you're not gonna be able to tell how they're gonna come out in terms of their size, their real size, until they fully mature. And that's what happened. So in the beginning, the locks were nice and small and micro and pretty, just like I liked them. But about 6, 7, 8 months later, when they started to mature, y'all, the locks were too big. And I was very unhappy. And I had paid this lady all my money. They were still sister locks now. They were still sister locks, but they were not the sister locks that I wanted. And after that, after this woman had did my hair, who I will never go back to again, ever, that's when I decided to take the sister lock course myself. And you know, and I'm glad I did. And I could actually do my own hair, but it probably, Lord, I would have to like exercise like so much patience. I did Lauren's hair. It took me a long time to do it, but her hair came out so beautiful. But you know, and the problem is I cut the hair off because the locks were too fat. I wanted micro locks, and they didn't come out as micro locks. I like the stylability of the smaller locks, and that's what I wanted. And when those locks matured, I tried like for years to like maybe like 5 or 6 years to just deal with it, and like, oh, you know, they was pretty, but they were not the micro locks that I wanted. So I decided to cut them off and grow out my loose natural. So I've been wearing my hair natural since, like I said, 96. But I got sister locks back in, I think it was 2004. And then I cut them off in 2010 because I was just so unhappy that the woman did not give me the size of the sister locks that I wanted, which was the mic. So you also have to be careful of that. Some of these people can be lazy as hell. They'll take all your money and they will not do what you ask them to do. So I have been in search probably for the past 5 or 6 years of someone that will do my hair, because I don't want to do my own hair because it's going to take me like forever to do sister locks in my hair because I want micro locks. Remember, I have been in search of somebody for like the past 5 or 6 years who will do my hair in the micro sister locks that I want, not the size that you want because your ass want to get done faster. I want, and you know, it will cost me upwards of $1,000, which I'm willing to pay. I went to one person locally, and she was like, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. I never went back to her again. I told her the same thing I'm telling y'all. I want micro. So she tried to talk me out of it. And I'm looking at this lady like, I've already taken the Sisterlock class. I do Sisterlocks myself. You're not going to talk me out of getting micro. This is what I want. So I just didn't deal with her no more. She wanted to charge me $800 to give me the same size locks that the other lady had gave me, who, you know, I cut those locks off because I wasn't satisfied. So I have been having a very hard time finding a person in my area that will do what I want them to do. Give me the size lock that Rashida wants and not the size that you want. So, you know, that's another thing. You have to find a person that not only is very important that they're following the Sisterlock brand. They have to be certified. Make sure the person is certified. Make sure you go to the Sisterlock website, research them, look at their work, all of that, y'all. But make sure that you get what you want. Now, some of these locks, they'll tell you, this is what they were telling me. Oh, well, if you get micro locks, the micro Sisterlocks will break off easier. And I'm looking like, I'm telling this person, I do Sisterlocks. I know exactly what I'm getting. You're not talking to somebody that's off the street, green, that just saw the style on somebody's hair and that doesn't know what they're doing. I do Sisterlocks myself, but I don't do people's hair anymore. I just want to make that clear. I've taken the class. I know how to do Sisterlocks, but I don't do other people's hair. I only do my daughter's hair and my own hair. That's it. The last person's head I did was, before that was my aunt's. My aunt has Sisterlocks. Beautiful, beautiful long flowing Sisterlocks. But I don't do it no more. But the point that I'm making is, I'm not green. I know about Sisterlocks and I knew what I want. And this lady, I just had to just walk away, keep it moving, keep it calm, because I'm just not going to allow you to tell me what I want in my head, and I'm paying you. I will happily fork over the money. That's not even an issue, but you got to give me what I want. You understand? So I have not been able to find somebody as of yet that will put micro Sisterlocks, micro, not the regular ones. I want the micro. I want them real small, because again, they're stylable. And yes, they will be a lot more work. I will have a lot more hair to retighten, and I don't care. I just like the smallness of the locks. They're beautiful and they're stylable. But God is going to either send me somebody. I might have to go out of state. I might have to go. Atlanta has some really good locticians. There's another young lady in Maryland. I saw her work online. Absolutely gorgeous. So I may have to end up traveling out of the state of Florida. That's a damn shame. I gotta leave our state of Florida just to find a sister loctician who will give me the micro Sisterlock that I gotta fork out at least $1,000 to get. That's a damn shame. Or I might just get the patience to sit my ass down, just like I did with Lauren, my baby Lauren, and do my own hair. And then I won't have to worry about it. I can do my own damn micro Sisterlock and save myself $1,000+. But honestly, I would rather pay somebody. I ain't gonna even lie. I would gladly give up that money, but you got to give me what I want. I happily give you what you want. I don't play around with people's money. I don't fuck around with your money. You're gonna get your money, but just give me what I want. Okay. So yeah, but y'all, so I had to answer that question. But these fake, y'all black women on the internet, y'all, I'm talking to the women that are disrespecting Dr. Joanne Cornwell. See, one of the things that we have to learn as black people is we can't be stealing from each other. I'm also talking to the black women on YouTube that's plagiarizing my work. You bitches are thieves. None of you are original. Y'all sit back, y'all got big audiences, and y'all don't have ideas. Y'all don't have original ideas, so y'all steal. None of y'all are original. I'm probably the most original on YouTube here, because I don't watch other people's work and steal from it. And if I do watch somebody else's work, you best believe I'm going to give that person credit. I'm not going to sit there and try to pass this shit off as if it's mine. So the message here that I want to get across here is, if black people want to get ahead collectively, one of the things that we're going to have to stop doing, and I know that social media has increased this, is stealing from each other. We're going to have to stop taking and stealing. Black women, you did not devise the method of Sisterlocks. You didn't do that shit. Dr. Joanne Cornwell did. You should be thanking this lady. And she light skinned. Hold on, let me pull up a picture of Dr. Joanne Cornwell so y'all can see her Sisterlocks, because some of y'all might not know who she is. I pay homage I don't take from Black women. I don't watch YouTube channels and steal from other Black women like they do to me. I don't do that. I don't have to. I'm original. Okay, I'm the originator, and I respect other Black women who are real originators, not the fake ones. Y'all fake bitches, I don't got no respect for y'all at all. Y'all are meaningless to me. Only thing I can tell you is to stop stealing. That's the only message that I could give you. Let me share my screen so y'all can see Dr. Joanne Cornwell. She's light skinned, by the way. Beautiful woman. This is Dr. Joanne Cornwell. Look at those sister locks. Look at how beautiful those. This is all her hair. We should be kissing the ground that this lady walks on. She created this, but you got Black women out here mad because they don't got the money to, instead of them saving the money, that's all you got to do. Save your money, put your money up, and trying to, look at how long her sister locks are. You know, doing it the right way. You want to go out here and create fake knockoff sister lock tools, you know, instead of doing things the right way. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This woman took her time, her talent, her intellect to develop this beautiful hairstyle for Black women. And this is how we thank her, by getting angry and upset because we can't afford it and creating fake knockoff versions. Y'all, this is how the real sister locks look. Okay. And again, this is Dr. Joanne Cornwell. This is me paying homage to this woman because I got an immense amount of respect for her. I would never, ever, ever, ever try to go over this lady's head. I will always do things the proper way, what I learned when I took that Sister Locks course, because I got so much respect for her. And I thank her so much for creating this beautiful hairstyle that I was able to put into my daughter's hair. Dr. Joanne Cornwell is a blessing from God. Let's see if we can go to the Sister Lock website. Sisterlocks.com. Let's see if we can go there real quick, y'all. And then I got to get out of here. This is the Sisterlocks website right here. This is the real deal. Y'all can go on here, forget all the fake stuff, all the fake tools that they got out there, all the knockoff locks. If you want the real deal, go here. This is where I went to sign up for the course. You can, as you can see, you can find a consultant. You can take training classes, all that right here on the website. They got their contact information. Do not go out here and deal with these bootleggers. Yes, sister locks are expensive, but there are ways to get around it. You can use your income tax refund to pay for it. You can save up the money. You could use your credit card. You can, all kinds of ways if you want it done right. This is a beautiful investment. You ain't gonna get it nowhere else. Real quick, I want to go back to my website and I want to invite everybody to register for my Understanding Darkism course. You click the link and it's going to take you right here to the course registration page that comes with the book. It's going to be a virtual course online, which means anybody could take it. So make sure you register for the course. Also, I'm asking you guys to support by purchasing my book, my latest book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moments. It is a wonderful book. It is the first book to analyze dark-skinned women in popular culture. No one has ever done that before. Also, on my website, you can go and get my other books. I recommend you get all 3 of my books. Token Dark Girl. You also can go and get Darkism and A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. Now, if you want to get my other books, all you need to do is scroll right here and go to shop. If you go to the shop page, it's going to take you right to the link where you can get my other books. So Token Dark Girl is on the home page and the other books is under shop. So yeah, I want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch today, because I really wanted to get this off my chest and come on here and speak on this and talk about this, because I'm just tired of Black women, Black people disrespecting each other and stealing from each other and taking from each other. I've had enough. I've had enough. You know, I'm just tired of it. Well, Radel, you know, that's a long drawn out question. I can't stop anybody from doing that. That's a long drawn out question. I'm not sure I'd be pleased or flattered because of all the damage that has been done right now. People making money off of what I created. People not giving me I'm not sure that I would be so forgiving. I'm not sure. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not sure, because I don't want people copying me. I am not flattered by that. I'm flattered by originality. And nobody cared about dark skin. And I know this for a fact, only myself and Cola Booth. And when people saw my work, all these black women did nothing but copy. None of them are original. None of them. Even the ones on TV, even the one with the Flex in My Complexion campaign, everybody is copying me. And I can't respect that. Where were these people when nobody cared about dark skin? Where were these people when I was getting death threats? They was nowhere around. But you come in and you want to try to steal what I created and capitalize off of it. I have no respect. And I don't see it as something that is authentic. It'll never be authentic to me. It'll never be from the heart to me. Because if it's from the heart, when it comes from the heart, you know it. You know, I was speaking on dark skin when nobody cared about it. I was talking about dark skin when it wasn't a topic. The only reason why these people are talking about dark skin is, number one, because I created it and made it a topic. And number two, they want views. When they saw that I was able to, you know, get all this publicity for talking about dark skin, and I wasn't even looking for it, by the way, but when they saw I was able to garner millions going viral, Donkey of the Day, The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, all that, then they was like, oh, this is something to talk about. I don't fucking respect people like that. What the fuck was you when the shit was really going down? I have no respect. So I can't respect them. I can't respect these people. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's very conflicting. But again, it's not from a sincere place. And I always respect sincerity and honesty. I don't respect people that manipulate, people that are marketers, that go to people's channels and steal. I don't respect that. You got to come from the heart. You got to be honest. You got to be real. And, you know, that's why I decided to come on here and talk about Dr. Joanne Cornwell, because I don't appreciate these black women feeling like, well, I paid to get these Sisterlocks in my hair. Now I can go and use whatever tool I want. You're disrespecting Dr. Joanne Cornwell's hard work. And I'm not speaking for Dr. Joanne Cornwell because I don't know her personally. To me, I'm giving you my interpretation. I feel in my heart that these black women who try to go and create fake knockoff versions of the Sisterlock brand and use other tools, you are disrespectful. You are disrespectful. And you need to stop. You need to correct the behavior. All right? So that's what it is, y'all. I also want to, I got to get out of here, y'all. I also want to encourage y'all, and I done did the whole front side of my hair. I've got to do the back. Y'all, I got all this hair in the back. Let me show y'all my hair in the back. Woohoo! Look at all that nappy hair. Look at all that nappy hair, y'all. I got to do all this back side of my hair. It's a lot. So I got to go on and get out of here. But I want to thank y'all for taking this time with me today as I did my hair and sit up here and run my mouth. I also, once again, want to encourage you guys to make sure you go to my website and purchase my book. Also, I want to encourage you guys to make a donation. You can go to my GoFundMe or you can go to my PayPal. And I'm going to throw my PayPal email address in there. And I'm going to say it slowly for those of you that want to go make a donation right now. It's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Let me type it in real quick and then I got to get out of here. Okay, so donations are always accepted at icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And if you would like to make a donation to my GoFundMe, let me pull it up here. You can go to Google and type in Rashida Strober GoFundMe and it's going to come right up. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link in the chat box for you guys. And a lot of you know that I'm on a continuous dark skin activist tour that features my creative works, and I'm always raising money, always looking for investors. So make sure you guys go and make a donation to my GoFundMe or to my PayPal. And I got to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for watching. It is the world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin, known as Dark Skin Activism. And I gotta go. Let me finish doing my hair, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the day.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober. Finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. We have, she's been on my show twice.
Yep.
Me and Unique.
Yep.
Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see it because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back.
Thank you, Heather.
Again. So I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.